Hello guys, today I'm going to introduce you a book called Poached. But Poached is already done book. So next is it's the same Fun Jungle novel, but as the second series of the book. Belly Up. So this book is the same author as Stuart Gibbs as the author of Poached. And today, the main animal is not a koala, not a Tyrannosaurus Rex. It's a hippo. And the hippo is not an ordinary hippo. It has prehistoric magics. And Teddy Fitzroy is over his head and living in a fun jungle for Teddy. It is a hard work to do. He has to get all of the poops, and whenever Teddy wants to lie on the back and go for a straight up recess for himself, it is an unauthorized making subject of all. It means that Teddy cannot have free time because he has to work full time 24 hours and 12 minutes and 1 second as an employee. And an employee's bad news is that when an employee goes for an employee, he has to do whatever he wants to do. But the employee in the zoo is the opposite of that. So when it is going to happen like that, it has to be a new show for Teddy. And the Teddy suspects a foul play. So there is a man named J.J. McCracken, and McCracken was a man who always respected the Fitzroy family. When the opposite of respecting happened, the Fitzroys was in trouble. They were gonna get dead, which means someone tried to assassinate them. But they had no problems as being assassinated. Well, the assassination had to be J.J. McCracken's plan from an unauthorized person had to say a lie, because if he did not say a lie, the Sioux might get... Okay, the Sioux's definition of the word Sioux is gonna get a word from the judge, and which something bad happens, it can authorize Teddy Fitzroy and his families, and they had to be executed. But the opposite of that happened. In the first Sioux, they had to be executed, but the second Sioux, they owed some money, and they did the second Sioux. And so, whichever that happened, Teddy Fitzroy and his family had to do a best do than the first one, which meant that they had to do all the talkings to the judge, and of course the mayor too. So there, America's newest theme park, Fun Jungle, had to be gone too, and their hippo has to gone too, has to be executed or exiled from Fun Jungle. And people always wanted Henry gone, and the lists keep growing as Teddy searches through all the clues and asks too many questions to Henry, and unfortunately it turns out plenty of people is mad at Henry, and Henry is mad at them, so he becomes a mad scientist, which has two words. rise two words: mad and scientist, which means a crazy scientist. And Henry has a lot of guards coming from Fun Jungle, and Henry and the Fitzroys is 1 to 5. And who won? You should say 5, but 1 won. Henry has lots of guards, and Teddy Fitzroy and his family are just 4, which means they are going to lose. Well, can you call a homicide if the victim is a hippo? Nope. And Teddy was the victim, and the hippo was the victim, and Teddy Fitzroy's dad was the victim, and Mrs. Fitzroy can be the victim, or everybody else in the world who love Fun Jungle can be the victims. But Henry isn't that what he wants. He wants the hippo. Henry the hippo, the park's mascot, has turned up dead, which means that the mascot is actually a person who wears a mask, and it does like, yeah, let's go Fun Jungle like this, and it's like a half cheerleader and half masked hippo, and which they have to go to a funeral, and the Fitzroy is really sad about Henry, and Henry was always thinking of herself as a true beloved girl. But now is the funeral of the mascot, and they had to get rid of the bad J.J. McCracken. And the other the guards, take care of the Fitzroy family's parents. They slap them in the face and take them into the guard's room and slap again and slap with their hands and slap their butts and kick them butts. And the Fitzroys won't gonna get all that from their eyes. They do the inspection, and they did the same to them, and the Fitzroys won. And the mascot would be happy if the mascot is in Valhalla. Know what I mean? So that was the book of Stuart Gibbs' Belly Up, the Fun Jungle series, book 2. Now we've cleared 2 books, which leaves us to the last book, Tyrannosaurus Rex. This book is in the same series as the Fun Jungles, but I hope that this is fun than the 2 of them. So that was the book about Stuart Gibbs' Belly Up, a Fun Jungle novel. Bye!